a lot of times the example of people preaching the gospel is like in a crowded street with a microphone or talking to strangers on the block and, you know, just kind of cold evangelism out in the streets. And there's some people who watch that and say, dag, that I don't know if that's what it means to share the gospel. I don't know if I got it.
Right.
Like what do you say to those people out there? Are there some practical ways? Is there a different outlook? Like what kind of encouragement or thoughts could you give someone like that?
Yeah, I would say make sure that you are following the assignment that God gives you and not following the zeal or what you think people want to see from you. I think certain people that are out here evangelizing, they are evangelizing from the perspective of, I want to create great content for people that are following me. And it does not keep into consideration the people that are on the other side of that camera and the lives that they have to go back to after you say cut.
Oof.
And so when the mentality and the perspective is about an online audience seeing you, the person that you talk to does not see Jesus.
Sheesh.
And so my encouragement to those who feel a call to evangelize, who feel a call to preach in the streets, is to make sure you have the heart of the Father. There is a model that Jesus gives us. And the model that Jesus gives us is oftentimes whenever he was about to perform a miracle, whenever he was about to communicate privately to someone, he pulled them to the side and he shared his heart with them. You know what I'm saying? So that there was no further shame or condemnation after Jesus left their presence.
Oh, man.
And so if the person that I am teaching and preaching and trying to lead to the Lord feels shame and condemnation after I leave, then it's quite possible I haven't modeled Jesus Christ the right way to them. And I was more focused on content than I was eternity.
Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, but I like what you said, like about Jesus pulling people to the side.
Yeah.
I think that's a great encouragement to say, hey, who are the people already in your life that you could pull to the side? Like the cousin, the neighbor, like there's people we deal with on a regular basis that we don't pull to the side. We're instantly like, I gotta go to the block out in, Venice Beach and get the cameras out.
Yeah.
And like you said, some people that may be their call, but I do see a lot of young folks who feel like if I'm not doing it like that, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I think, because of what we define as success. We define following as success instead of fruit. So if the goal is to lead the person to the Lord that I'm talking to, then I have to do so, completely yield it to the Spirit of God, being obedient to that. And sometimes that means I have to cut the camera off because there are things that people will not say if they know they're being recorded. There are things that people won't share if they feel like their transparency will become content for people that they don't know. And so you just have to be really careful that we don't define success as engagement from an online community that the person we're ministering to is at a disadvantage with their story or their transformation because it's becoming content to be consumed instead of revelation to be transformed.
Bro, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. It makes me think of a lot of things, like performance-oriented faith, right? Like, I saw a statistic that said since Charlie Kirk's death, Bible sales have shot up and like people are going to church more in certain contexts.
Yeah.
But just like devil's advocate to that, like, could there if there's performance-based Christianity where it's kind of like, oh, well, this is my new trend, or this is my New Year's resolution, or everybody's doing this. Like, should we get excited if there's a sweeping thing that's happening where it's like, oh, this is the trend? Like, do we get excited about that? Or what should we be looking for in light of these things happening, in light of this excitement?
And so one of the things that I gauge my life on is the principle, I'm not blessed by what I receive. I'm blessed by what I retain. And so if we are in this culture and society that is all flocking to do something because it's trending and we receive it, but we don't retain it, then we're not transformed by it. So if I receive this lump sum of money and I waste it, I'm not blessed because of that. If I receive it and I retain it, and not just retain it, I steward it well. And it grows because of the stewardship that I have for whatever that thing may be, then I'm blessed by it.
That's good.
I think we have to be very careful to react to what's happening instead of respond. And so when we get into a position where we knee-jerk react, and I'm happy people are buying Bibles, I'm happy people are flocking back to church, but from it, let us be good stewards of this season and time to create environments to disciple people so they retain what it is that they're flocking to. And it's not just hype. And it's not just, I'm chasing this because these people told me to. I'm chasing this because this person told me to. I said this to our church as it pertains to this. Anytime you are being encouraged to either go to church or leave a church because the pastor that you listen to, whoever they may be, encourages you to do so, or to leave the church based on any other name other than Jesus Christ, you're teetering on idolatry. And you have to be very careful of that. So my prayer is that I pray people are flocking to the house of God for the name of Jesus Christ. And I believe, I didn't know Charlie personally. I'm grateful that he pointed a generation of people to Jesus Christ. And my prayer is, as they are going to these places, I hope they go to churches and communities that will steer them in the right direction to not chase a personality, but to chase the power and transformative power of Jesus Christ.
That's really good.
Yeah.